What's up? It's your boy Heaven Hollywood back on the IE Network. And this is the Heaven Hollywood Report. And let's get to it. Shout out to my sponsor in case you didn't know. We got a lot to talk about. Let's get started. But before we do, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any videos. Let's get it started off with your boy, Dababy. So Dababy, he recently been doing, a little media runs, and he's been doing some interviews. He stopped by Hot 97, and Dababy revealed to Ebro from the Hot 97 morning show that he lost $100 million in 1 year after his homophobic tirade at Rolling Loud. Now, this is just the words of Buzzing Pop. I didn't consider what he did as homophobic. People just be a little bit too, over emotional. I didn't consider it as homophobic, but the problem is, I'm not the person that the word cares about. If the people who from a certain group, if they say they were offended, you can't tell them that they weren't. You just have to apologize if you're the one who made the comment. But he said, I'm not into all the conspiracy theories, this and that, until you see it really cost an N-word $100 million within a year span. This ish is crazy. So he's basically talking about after he made that rant on stage about, if you haven't given anybody a nasty terminal disease or something like that, sexually transmitted disease, put your hands up or something along those lines. And ever since then, but that's not really what cost him, because there were people still reaching out to him because Dababy is talented. And I'm telling you, them white people was ready to make him the next one. He's a very charming guy. He charms the women, and they like him no matter how much trouble he gets in, whatever. They always seem to be willing to look over it. But when he got offered a intervention with the LGBTQ RSTUVWXYZ, and he turned them down, that's when his career was really in trouble. I mean, let's just keep it real. So hopefully Dababy will get some of that money back, if not all of it. You just got to keep on pressing. Hopefully one day they'll take their foot off your neck. Moving on to the goddess of rap, the Pretty B music coach, pretty girl coach, the one and only Saweetie. And now Saweetie, she has on her Twitter, Pretty B music loading. So I believe she's ready to release Pretty B word music. I'm going to assume not this week coming up, but probably either a week after or 3 weeks from now. Because like I said, you got to stand clear of Taylor Swift. Makes no sense to drop right around now, unless you're somebody of the caliber of a Taylor Swift. But she said that the music is loading, so we're going to probably get that Pretty B music before the end of the year. She also stated that she will be addressing her love life, meaning this thing that's going on with Cardi B and Offset and Lil Baby. She said she will be dressing and speaking out about it on her upcoming album. So I'm going to assume that's the reason why she didn't talk about it on Carisha Please, is because she was planning on talking about it on Pretty B word music. And I'm going to tell you something. I can't wait. I want to hear what she has to say. And I want her to be 100% transparent and real. Let everybody know what's happening. If you smash Offset, you need to let the world know. I'm telling you, that's what you put it in your music. But she said she's going to be responding to all the rumors about her love life. So we're looking forward to that. And I'm just looking forward to a Saweetie album altogether. I think the album's going to be lit myself. So shout out to Saweetie, the goddess of rap. Moving on to that girl Riri, bad girl Riri, the princess of pop. Lift me up after all the tough people laughing and saying Rihanna's song is terrible and this, that, and the third. You know, it was a soundtrack song, y'all. Y'all want her to come out there and give tribute to Chadwick Boseman by doing Pon the Replay? I mean, come on. Lift Me Up by Rihanna becomes the first solo song by a black female artist in history to reach number one on Apple Music in 50 countries. Go Rihanna. She is back. She's back with a vengeance. When this song hits the chart next week, I'm telling you, I predict it's going to knock a Taylor Swift song off of there. And it's going to be number one. This song is a touching, heartfelt song in memory of Chadwick Boseman. And I cannot wait now for Rihanna 9. Come on, Riri, hurry up. We're going to get this album before the year is out. But I'm telling you, I predicted it's going to be her biggest selling album. And I predict that album, especially if the second single she dropped is a banger, I predicted that album has a chance to do 700K in the first week. So shout out to the Princess of Pop, Rihanna. First woman in history, song reached number one on Apple Music in 50 different countries. We are moving on to the girl, the lady of the hour, too sweet to be sour, Taylor Swift. So T-Swizzle, as expected, made history. She is the first woman to knock down all 10 slots of the Hot 100. Debuting all 10 slots. I mean, wow. Album debuted at number one. So she simultaneously debuts at number one on the Hot 100 and number one on the top 200. So that's albums and singles. That's incredible. It is also the first time ever that no male artists are present in the top 10 of the Hot 100, because Taylor Swift doesn't have any songs on the album that are in the Hot 100 have to do it with a man. Anti-Hero is the song that's number one. Lavender Haze 2, Maroon 3, Snow on the Beach featuring Lana Del Rey is 4, Midnight Rain 5, Bejeweled 6, Question 7, You're on Your Own Kid 8, Karma 9, and Vigilante S 10. Those are the top 10 songs in the Hot 100. It also says Billboard reported Taylor Swift would have still broken the record for the most simultaneously top 10 hits on the Hot 100 based on streaming alone. So even if she didn't have those sales that she had, she still would have did it. She still would have did it based on streaming alone. It's incredible. On for the books, Taylor Swift becomes the first artist in history to occupy the entire top 10, like we said. She's also simultaneously occupying it, top 200 as well. And Anti-Hero, Taylor Swift surpasses Jack Harlow's First Class as the song with the biggest streaming week of the year in the United States. Oh, man. Taylor Swift and Drake are now the two artists with the most top 10 hits in Hot 100 is history. That is 40 plus. So she is the leader of the women, and her and Drake are tied. And finally, Taylor Swift ties Ariana Grande as the only artist in history to occupy the top 3 of the Hot 100 with solo tracks. So congratulations to T-Swizzle, right now on top She's on top when it comes to the female pop stars. Right now, there's a lot of girls bottled up as number 2, number 3, number 4. But right now, there's only one number 1. And that is Taylor Allison Swift. And finally, we move on to Nicki Minaj and Cardi B. Now, Nicki Minaj coming off her performance over there, Powerhouse, I believe it was. Powerhouse, she came off a performance. A lot of people said they loved her performance. Now the American Music Awards are coming up, and it looks as though favorite female rap artist is going to come down to the wire. Right now, about 60,000 votes, I believe, separate Nicki Minaj and Cardi B. As far as favorite female rap, it's coming down to those two. Now, normally when Nicki Minaj is in fan voting, it's normally a runaway by about the third day. By about the third day, the barbs kick in, and it's a runaway. This time, Barty Gang is giving them a run for their money, or people voting for, I'm not just going to say Barty Gang in the barbs, because more people are voting for Nicki Minaj and Cardi B than just Barty Gang, the barbs. But they're giving her a run for her money this time. And Cardi B is hanging in there. Nicki Minaj still in first place. Right? Still in first place. And Cardi B is in second place. So it's going to be interesting to see how that turns out. Both ladies, fans are showing up and showing out. It's going to be interesting. Whoever wins it, I'm definitely going to be tuned into the American Music Awards. And these ladies are putting on a battle. I just know one thing for sure: when both their albums drop, I'm going to be buying both of them because I want to hear. I miss both these ladies, album, so I'm waiting for them both to drop.